Hello, hello, Big Brother fans. It's been a long, humid day. Can you tell? I won't talk about my hair if you won't. All right, let's get to it. Episode 20 of Big Brother. We get to see the behind-the-scenes nastiness between Candace and Gina Marie when we were watching commercials. Nasty. Can you say nasty? Like I already harped on how Gina Marie was awful about, pointing out about the mother, but she even pointed it out during the commercial. I noticed that she had very few things to say that she said multiple times. So it was about the mother. It was, I can't wait to tell you to get to step in. Then it was, ooh, you're going to get to step in. And then she runs to the door and says, let me get the door for you so you can get to step in. And then when she's coming near the door, she goes, okay, get to step in. I'm like, the girl's got a very small and very extremely limited vocabulary. She sure knows how to say get to stepping though. Anyway, the thing is during one of the things that she was saying to Candace, she called her a fat ass. Candace is in no way a fat ass. I mean, she isn't the slimmest person on earth, but she certainly is not fat. And she also doesn't have cellulite like Gina Marie does. I have never seen a skinny person have cottage cheese on their thighs like that girl does. It's scurry. I'm just saying. And on top of that, I'm kind of glad that Candace didn't know about Gina Marie's bulimia, because then, well, it would have been funny, actually. That would have been an awesome comeback to you're a fat ass, well, at least I don't stick my fingers down my throat and barf up everything that I eat. It's not been shown on TV. It was told... Gina Marie told Nick very early on, when he was still here, so within the first 2 weeks, and I can't remember the context, but it was late at night. They were in the hammock, and she said something about she has personal issues, and then she did like that. And interestingly, as much as she loves the kid didn't care for her at all. Seriously, I mean. It was awkward at that moment. A normal person would kind of be like, man, and, try to tell her that, she's a good person, or I mean, the things that you normally do to be supportive when someone comes out to you that they've got an eating disorder. Tell them, why do you do it? You're not overweight, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's like, he did none of that. It was just very awkward, and it was kind of like, oh. And I think I even changed the feeds. I couldn't stand watching that. And then nothing was really kind of said about it until just recently. Gina Marie is a have-not, as we found out in tonight's episode. And she's very, very, very bizarre about the things that she eats and won't eat. She always constantly saying that her stomach hurts, or she can't eat this, she can't eat that, her upset stomach, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's finally got caught on, the other guests have caught on to it. And I think it was Aaron that actually found out about it, or asked her about it, or something. And then Aaron turned around and told Alyssa. And Alyssa brought it up in the head of household room with Andy not too long ago, and saying that I feel so bad for her. I want to talk to her about it, or should we talk to her about it, or wanting to help her, because Alyssa has a very kind heart. She wants to be as helpful as she can, and she's a very sweet girl. And Andy was like, oh boy, I can't believe this. Maybe this is something maybe we shouldn't be dealing with, but instead the producers or whatever. And then I think they finally caught on to the conversation, and so it didn't last very long. They kept going to fish and whatnot. So Gina Marie has an issue with bulimia, and it would have been almost kind of funny if Candace could have come back with that, but not really. Anyway, I'm 5 minutes into it and I haven't even started. I'm sorry. Even Aaron knows that Gina Marie really has to go because of her actions, and that Gina Marie, because she's so closely associated with Aaron in the game, she realizes that Gina Marie is bad for her game, but she can't put her up. So, she kind of sort of wants other people to do this for her, but she really can't. She doesn't have solid footing to tell people, do this for me. At least right now. But in exchange for Jesse coming off of the block after they did the very quick fast forward POV, Jesse swears that she won't ever put Aaron up on the block, and then Helen promises that Aaron is safe for 2 weeks if she does the blindsiding of Judd. And of course, as you see, they did that. Aaron then says that she trusts Helen the most in the house, but she feels that she needs to agree to the final four with McCrae, Amanda, and Andy to stay safe in the house, which is really sad. It's interesting to see how she's having to just be extremely flexible in the house, bringing out her good side to try and stay off of the radar of people. And I have to say, she's made the most brilliant comeback from how horrible her game was, just 2-3 weeks ago, So the HOH game was about Sundays. They had to roll a cherry along the top of a banana and place the cherry onto the top of the sundae, and it would be a scale of 2 against 2. Everybody gets a scale, and then whoever is the winner of that set moves on to the next round, and so on and so forth. So Helen and Jesse played, and Jesse won. Gina Marie and Andy played, Andy won. Amanda and Spencer played, and Amanda won. Oh, first time. Alyssa and McCrae won, and Alyssa versus McCrae, and McCrae won. Jesse versus Andy, Andy won. Amanda versus McCrae, and she got very pissed off that McCrae won. And then McCrae against Andy, and Andy won the HOH. Immediately, we had volunteers for the have-nots, and that was Helen, Alyssa, Aaron, and Gina Marie. And they're eating mackerel and mung beans this week. They did not show that. Once again, it's the second week in a row. They're asking us to vote for, the food that the have-nots are eating, and yet we don't get told what they're eating. So, hello, big brother, knock knock. Amanda then cries because she wanted to win the possibility to win the HOH, and was mad because McCrae didn't allow her to win. She goes on to state Jeff and let Jordan win. Brendan let Rachel win, but no, McCrae didn't let her win. Anyway, she's crying that she wants pictures of her family. She wants to win because she's such a big fat loser. And in the end, she ends up apologizing to him. Seriously, how much do you love that? She can be sad and mad and irritated and whatever, and then she ends up apologizing to him for winning and not letting her win. The Big Brother house. Okay, so America's Choice, we're going to get the choice once again to vote, and of course we're going to vote, and we're not going to know what they get until I tell you. Cottage cheese and cow peas, or turnips and taffy, or head cheese and habaneros. At this point, I'm thinking that America is slightly irritated with the people in the house, and they're going to end up with head cheese and habaneros, which none of them will eat, and it'll be pretty much slop all the way through. But they're learning how to enjoy slop balls. They call them slop balls. Helen makes them. She mixes it up with a bunch of ketchup and steak sauce and whatnot, and apparently they're quite good. They fry them, and they're nice and hard and crunchy and yummy. And they can also have protein shakes, and Alyssa has created a way of making protein cupcakes. And they're, since it's made out of all the things that they're allowed to have, they're apparently quite tasty, and they're enjoying that as well. Helen and Andy talk after he, wins the HOH, and he says he wants to put up Jesse and Spencer, and she said that she'd put up Amanda and McCrae. But little does she know that he's in the final four with them, so of course once again he deflects it and says it's much too early, no, can't do it. Helen admits that she's afraid of them. Andy says I can see where Andy is feeling stuck in the middle because he likes Helen, but he has a guarantee to go with Amanda McRae because, the way that they're playing the game, and everyone that Amanda McRae has wanted out of the game so far has pretty much been kicked out of the game. So, he'd kind of be stupid to kind of jump ship at this point. Anyway, they hold the nominations, and the keys come out in the order of Gina Marie, Helen, McRae, Aaron, Amanda, and Alyssa. Leaving Jesse and Spencer up, at a personal level, he said it's really hard for him to do that, but on a game level, he said he had to do it to secure his position, whatever the hell that means. Everyone's using that excuse, it seems, now. Helen is holding out for the veto and says that if she wants Amanda McRae to be backdoored, meaning that she hopes that one of the key people are going to keep, get it and use it, and hopefully she can count on Andy to put either Amanda or McRae up. But then she says this week it will let her know where Andy's loyalties lie. And what she's going to find out is that she can't trust him because he's not going to backdoor either one of them so far. I don't know, he keeps saying he wants to make big moves, and a huge move would be to get rid of McRae, truly. Everybody, in the chat rooms would love to see Amanda go, but McRae has a winning, he has a record of winning things in the past. So it would be easier to get rid of someone who wins things versus someone who hasn't won a damn thing in the entire household, and then she'd be there floundering on her own, crying, wondering where her little spider monkey is, and then take her out the next week. But I don't think that he's going to do it at this point. It will be interesting to see. I will be here Monday after the POV ceremony tomorrow. After the POV ceremony is done with a spoiler, if that's what you're interested in. Until then, see